Okay, where are we and what are we doing? Well, this is going to be a first impressions video of DayZ Epoch. From what I can tell, the idea is that it's supposed to be after the major infection. We've got the third person. It's after the main infection and civilization is starting to return. So, yeah, let's see how this looks. You have very, very little to start with, which is sort of how I like it. Although this is an English server, it seems to be that everyone is speaking in German. Hey-ho. And, yeah, this is first impressions. I have no idea whether there are supposed to be some more advanced things where you can trade and do things like that, but I don't know much more about it than that. So I'm basically just going to play a bit, see what happens, see what I can find, and do a proper little first impressions video. Looks like performance is nice on this. Nothing there. Where was I? Flamenca, I think. It looks like regular DayZ has almost completely died. Ooh, stuff. Knife. That's useful. Come on, hunting knife. I suppose I can pick it up. No idea how useful it's going to be. DMR max. See what we can find. It's the normal looting for finding stuff. Road flares, don't need those yet. Might need those later on at night. Hello, mister. Is that a boat? That's a boat. Don't think I'm going to swim out to it. Don't want to get cold, but let's go along the coast, see what we can find. Might be worth nipping into the God, help me get my brain into gear. There aren't very many enterable buildings around here. There's the petrol station and I've picked up, so let's go for a little run. The petrol station and the railway station. What we're heading for now. Hello, guys. One day I'm going to meet one of these games and they're going to limit your run speed or something. So, water, shotgun shells, can. Where did he go? I'll pick up that, pick up the pellets. Ordinarily, in ordinary DayZ, there's no way I'd pick up anything to do with a shotgun. But I have no idea of the availability of weapons in this. So it's just simply a case of, you know, while you've got lots of space to carry stuff, carry stuff. As I say, I'm sure that this was an English server, but everybody seems to be speaking in German, which doesn't help me very much because I don't speak German. Got some Z activity behind me. I have no idea if people are friendly or not. One always has to assume with DayZ that they're not friendly. But anyone used to my videos knows that I normally treat most people as being friendly until proven otherwise. Anyway, that's all I can do about people being not friendly at the moment. So that is a little fishing boat. They are so slow. Do a little bit of bush running to alleviate my zombie problem. Get stuck. Go down. Go external. Nah. That's definitely a boat. No idea if it needs fuel. Mind you, plenty of fuel back there in that town, or the village, was there? And it's just a case of playing some. At the moment, I see no difference between this and regular DayZ. There's all the extra bits and bobs. Nothing's happening on the scroll wheel. It looks unusual. I'm not going to go for that long a swim. Got rid of the Zeds behind me. And I'll stop recording and catch up with you in a minute. So here we are, moved along the coast a bit. It's just me, I think the view distance is quite nice on this server, not too far to make it silly and hit your performance too hard. Got me track AR working, which is pretty cool. But yep, could do with a hatchet. Hatchet would be nice right now. Not much in the way of Z activity, not yet anyway. There's one. There's a nice little bit of industrial here, see if we can't find ourselves a hatchet. Always high on my list of priorities. I haven't attracted any attention. I'll stand up for this bit. Car parts. Ooh, stuff. What are you? Antibiotics. Yep, that's a good thing to have. G17 mag. Don't need a second hand. Will I need more than one lot of antibiotics? Not really, I don't think so. Did I just not pick up that? Oh. G17 mag. Let's pick it up. Don't know what weapon I'm going to get at this point. No Z activity, which is nice. I always think that tink 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 of you running along there is going to attract lots of zombies, but it never seems to. So, let's keep running. He may give me grief, so let's walk. One over there. Aha! A hatchet. Yay, we have a hatchet. So, take hatchet. G for gear. Remove from tool belt. Reload. Well, you don't have to reload, that's cool. They like giving you knives. More pellets for the shotguns. More G17 rounds. Wonder if their tables set up strange. Razor. Yeah, I'm still not quite sure what to do with a razor. It's nice that they're including these extra bits and bobs. But, anything over there? No. Let's quickly check downstairs. Empty tin cans. Not so great. But at least we can defend ourselves now. I have no idea if the Zeds are particularly nasty. In the description I saw, I didn't read anything about particularly nasty Zeds. I think the primary difference is this business of there's the whole trading mechanism and stuff, which and building, which, to be honest, playing a first impressions, I'm unlikely to be able to see. Well, I don't speak German, but that looks like someone who's upset. That's a lot of exclamation marks. Big rusty axe. Nothing in here. And it's just a case of picking stuff up, I suppose. It's just like any other version of DayZ. Keep quiet, keep your bloomin' head down. And don't forget to run. Bugger, nothing there. One more building in this compound I want to have a look at. So we will keep a relatively low profile before it's time to start running again. Sod it. You know I don't do subtle... Oh, I just heard that... Roar! Almost certainly means I've got a Z on the chuff. Bugging in there anyway. Let's keep running. So, we can run along the coast. Hello, Mr. Man. Have a bush. Oh, hello, Mr. Man. You coming towards me? Hello. Little bugger. I've got 3 of them, the little buggers now, haven't I? So, as normal, off to that one. Still got these... Oh, the little train, look. Yeah, nice long V distance, which is nice. Must be probably set out to a click and a bit by the look of it. Always gives the... having a nice long view distance always... It cripples your performance, of course, but it always gives you the feel that... you know, you're playing in a very large environment, which is something you just don't see in many, many other games. Do some bush running, see if I can dissuade some of those little buggers from following me, because they can't see through bushes. See? It is easily done. As I say, everybody's speaking in German. I thought I'd joined an English server, but doesn't really matter. Itchy ear, that doesn't help. So, at the moment, I'm treating this game as if it was just regular DayZ. As if I just landed on the beach as a newbie, playing DayZ, and to what, so far, I've not seen anything unusual. Nothing unusual at all. No unusual items. No unusual items in the interface. So far this is playing exactly like vanilla DayZ. It's not a bad thing. I like vanilla DayZ. By the way, let me know if you like or dislike the fact that I'm using the track IR now, because I do move my head around a lot more. It does this a lot. It might make watching the video a little disturbing. Ah, now that door's open. That door is, after a service restart, is always closed. I've got Zs on the inside. Hatchets, things to repair cars. Yeah, nothing much in here. But having that door open sort of tells me that someone's been through. There's a good number of people on the server. All with reasonably high pings. Actually, what's my ping? 21. You see, it is an English server, but all these pings in the 50s and 60s sort of tells me that the non-British people actually on the server, the fact they're all typing in German sort of points to that as well. if I was playing on a German server, I would expect to have a ping between 40 and 65. A ping to a server in the UK, I would expect to be around, well, between 15 and 20. So run along the coast a little bit further, we should come across Balota, which should be just up over here, I think. Okay, we've got someone. The first person to speak in English is swearing. Nice. Hang on. Where's Balota? He's not there. Okay, first difference. The medic tents at Balota aren't there. Looks like we're going into the... Okay, first difference. I suppose it's supposed to be many years after the infection, civilization starting to come back. So yeah, the encampments that were left over after the infection wouldn't be there, so that makes sense. Let's see what we've got over here. Well, a cow, no Zs. Ooh, hospital tent. Okay. And are there going to be spawn-ins? Just me, or does everything look very clean? I've been playing a little bit too much Armour 3, where there seems to be a lot of visual clutter. But we've got hospital tents. Yay! So maybe this is the replacement. Am I going to find stuff? I want this to be a military spawn-in. See how it hasn't been placed quite properly. It's floating a little, which is sort of okay most of the time, but it sometimes means that gear that spawns in underground. Oh god, I'm going to have to pick up Enfield rounds on the ground, so I'm not sure if I'm going to get an Enfield as being my best weapon. Yikes. Would be nice if these actually healed you, in the way they often do in armour. See, that bin's not quite touching the ground. The person who added these in didn't quite get the height right. Which, as I say, is not, you know, it's aesthetically slightly disturbing, but it's not a major problem. But what sometimes can happen is when loot spawns in, it spawns in at the wrong height and will sort of spawn in underneath. But, yeah, a little more attention could have been placed on getting that at the right height. No Zeds here. Just noticed that. No bloomin' Zeds at all. But maybe I did see something where it says that it was sporadic. So what have we got in here? Ha ha ha! We have ourselves a weapon. Hello. AK-74. I'm having you. Right, let's put the hatchet away. G. I keep on wanting to hit I. I know it's only been a few weeks since Armour 3 came out. Bloody building keeps disappearing when I'm in the wrong place. Take 74U. Thank you. Notice there's no clutter. There's no rubble. That's quite nice actually, because all of that visual clutter affects performance quite badly. What have we got? What have we got? What have we got? Oh, hello. You look nice. I'm having you. And again, time to dump, because the G17 ammo works in that, so we can drop... Oi. Control. And I think we can drop the shotgun shells as well. Might as well let somebody else have them. Is that a Z? No, it's a bush. And my first drop of food. So we'll have the bandage, and we'll have the can of food. Does this have a single? Yes, it does. Good. So yeah, it's nice to see, you know, not have the visual clutter everywhere. It also aids performance a little. Oops, helps if you hit it. And we have more stuff. That'll do. That'll do nicely. Mind you, I haven't been tapped by a Z yet. Food and water appears to be fairly scarce, but then would you expect... I can have some more rounds, thank you. Would you expect food to be less scarce? Aha! Decent sized backpack. Well, reasonably decent. Open my backpack. What out of that do I want to keep? Well, I'll need that. Oi. Antibiotics and the G17 mag, but you know what? I don't think I need those. Hang on. Why can't I? That's it. Rearm, open, take. Is it on my back? Yes, it is on my back. Ooh, there are two. That's weird. Don't need another knife. There seems to be some genuine disagreements going on in the... First Z in the area. So, yeah, slightly different layout of things. I found myself a reasonably nice backpack already. Found myself a nice primary weapon. I do like the lack of visual clutter. All the wrecks and piles of rubble and rubbish and dirt have gone. There wasn't much here, but we shall carry on playing. Having a look about. I've got a nice automatic pistol. And a nice primary weapon, little bit of food, little bit of drink. What else have I got? Yeah, that should do. Open bag. Some antibiotics. Looks like it's all kicking off over in Solnichny, and it's the Germans and the British arguing with each other, which is not entirely unusual. Most of Europe picks arguments with the Germans. It's historic. So let's have a little look in here, see what we can find. A Z. Hello, Mr. Z. And another one over there. Toolbox. And a Z. Take toolbox. Hello, little Z. And we have a wheel. Tank trap. Tank trap. Back up. Run forward. Don't want to have a Z on the far side of it. Always look in the little bit here of this building, because very often there'll be something in here. There isn't today, but doesn't mean there isn't going to be in the future. And let's hightail it to Cherno. And I've just walked in to a fenced area. You muppet. Through the gap. Bye bye, Mr. Z. And on that note, I'll leave it there. So here we are. We have run into Cherno. I'm going to have a little look in the blocks of flats and also at the hospital, in the hope that I'm going to be able to find some blood bags. I could do without picking up Zeds already. Noticing quite a lot of choppy performance on the server in town, oh god, in a way that I'm not used to. I am somewhat used to my frame rate dropping a little in town, but not quite as much as this. It's a little choppy. So let's have a little look around the back of here before we go to the back of the hospital to see if there's anything there. Blood bags. Now let's back up a little and pick up the blood bags. And let's put the morphine pen on the front. Let's leave it there just a second. And we're back. That guy is crawling with purpose. There seems to be a lot here. I don't want to get into a standoff position where I've got loads of Zeds coming at me through a building, you know, into a building with only one exit and entrance, which is always the problem with these. If I had a silenced weapon, I had a lovely find on my regular server. I found a silenced M4 with loads of ammunition. That's going to be fun. I was going to play that today, but unfortunately their server appears to be down. Not entirely sure how long Rock Paper Zombie server is going to be around, given player numbers are as low as they are at the moment, because those player numbers are terribly low. You know, 3-4 a day is not the type of player numbers you're going to want, and it sort of affects the gameplay. I mean, there are more players on this server than there are on Rock Paper Zombie. There was a time when Rock Paper Zombie was always full. Not seeing much stuff. Let's go along to the fire station, see if there's anything there. Would have been nice to go into those blocks of flats, but often I find the blocks of flats are less productive than they used to be, because, I go into them less often than I used to, because simply the issue of the fact they've only got one exit and entrance, and I just do not like going into a building with one entrance or exit on my own. It's okay when there's a group of you. It's okay when you've got a silenced weapon. There's not many Zeds around here, are there? Yeah, it's okay when you've got a silenced weapon. It's okay when there's a group. But it's... Ah, now what are you? Ooh, you're the Cobra. Ooh. Same ammunition, I tell you what. Nicer sight. Thank you. We're starting to get a decent amount of ammo, aren't we? Nothing here. Stand up for this stairs, otherwise you don't make it up. Nothing. Hey. there. Aha! What have we got? We have ammunition. We have a backpack. Now my current one has 16 and that's 24. Yes, you'll do nicely. So, open bag, transfer. Close bag and take. Thank you. Now, what's all this ammunition on the floor? Ooh, that's a nice weapon if you can find it. The M9SD, lovely weapon. And seeing as I have now a pretty damn big bag, I shall have those to go in my backpack. Now, this business of saying you don't go into buildings with only one exit, and you think, well, he's just gone into the tower of the fire station, it's only got one exit, except for it hasn't, because you notice the up arrow, that'll flip you through the wall and onto that stair, onto that ladder, and gets you out. So this building does have 2 exits. It's a bit of a cheat, but hey, it exists in the game. I don't think it's cheating. It's only, this is what we always used to say when we used to play, well, we do play games. The definition of a cheat is if you're using software that shouldn't be used in the game, or if you're altering files or menu options or options that don't appear in the menu. But that thing there with the bridge, it's a glitch, and it's there for everybody. Everybody who knows about it can use it. So it's like hiding in bushes. Is that cheating? I don't think so, because it's there for everyone. So let's see what we got in the supermarket. Nothing outside, which is concerning. Aha, we have stuff inside though. Not a great deal. Bog roll. Ooh. What are you? Oh, that's the British pack. Now, how big is it in this one? Because I've currently got 24, it's only 18, so I think my backpack is pretty big at the moment. What are you? Take map. Yes, thank you very much. We will have that map. And box of matches. Always useful. Of course, I'm making the assumption the box of matches in this do exactly what a box of matches in other versions of DayZ do. More matches. No. Ooh, food. Do not. There's been a certain lack of food in this so far. Not a great deal to drink either, which you sort of expect if this is supposed to be after the major apocalypse. This is some time years after, that things like cans of food and drink will be in short supply, although there do appear to be quite a few weapons around. I've had my pick of weapons, and the one and only time you actually want to watch is the first time you pick it up. What are you? Unknown can. Yes, I've seen those before. You never get to find out what's in an unknown can. It always remains unknown. So we're just generally supplying. Lack of drinks so far. Definite lack of drinks. Zombies aren't any more clever or any more aggressive than we're used to. Weather's closing in, which is a bit of a bugger. Buildings don't appear to have much loot. So, ooh, what have we found? Hello. What are you? Rocker outfit. Well, that's got to be done, hasn't it? Haha, long hair, heavy metal t-shirt. Yeah, we'll go for the rocker outfit. I'm a rocker. Good place to hide, by the way. Excellent place to hide. I have hidden there before. So, I'm now playing as a long-haired rocker. Not quite sure what that signifies in the game. Maybe that explains why there are so many Germans on. Mind you, he'd have to be wearing... He's wearing sneakers, and he would have to be wearing sandals with socks if he was German. Ooh, what are you? You see? A watch. Instantly, the first time you find a watch, fantastic. The second time you find a watch, from there on in, totally disappointing. So, are we going to find anything in the pubs? Because one of the best things about Cherno is how many pubs there are. You'd like so want to actually visit this place in real life because there are so many pubs. And this is an empty pub. Well, almost empty pub. Lack of zombies is sort of nice. I think Pip would enjoy this because he hates zombies. Which I always think it's strange when he enjoys playing a zombie apocalypse game and he dislikes zombies. Interesting arrangement. Heat pad? Don't think I need a heat pad right now. Don't think this place gets as cold or as wet. Ooh, there's the Lee Enfield I would have been using if I hadn't found this gorgeous, sexy 74 with its Cobra sight. What did I do in there? Can't remember. Empty anyway. So there's not a great deal in the sorry, not the supermarkets. Just me, I don't remember seeing that there before. Oh well. Yeah, not a great deal in the pubs. But not many zombies, which is pretty much a good thing. Fewer zombies. Fewer drinks as well, which is quite evident. Notice no sandbags, no things, but there's also no fire pits either, which means that cooking food and such like is no more. You have to have. I see the loot spots aren't here. You have to have the necessaries. So I've never noticed that carpet mismatch there before. Yes, I was saying about the fire pits. Without the fire pits, of course, it means you're not going to get much in the way of... Well, you always have to have a hatchet, wood, and matches. Looks like there's another dressing up outfit. What are you? Police officer's uniform. Oh dear. No, I'm too anti-establishment to have wear a policeman's uniform. What are you? God, they want you to dress up in this, don't they? Urban female. Oh, you can change skin. She's quite sexy, actually, if I remember rightly. I don't need another hunting knife. Don't need some empty tin cans. Stand up for going upstairs. Nothing there. Not seen any players. I mean, given quite how many players there are on the server, because we're sort of like about 20 players on the server. Mind you, one thing I haven't looked at since done this is my map. Is there anything special on the map? Aha. Trader City Bash. Trader City Starry. Wholesaler. I missed a wholesaler? Okay. There's one of the... there are things to investigate. Boat dealer. Wholesaler. Trader. City Clen. Airplane dealer? Looks like there are some things to be seen and done. Wholesaler, eh? If we look at notes, nothing, units, players. We shall not click server because that will almost certainly get you kicked off. I'm sure I was in that area. I don't remember seeing anyone, but then again I didn't go into that building. No, I did go into that building. Very odd. All I saw was a zombie in there. Don't tell me you've got to deal with the zombies. Oh well, fun and games. Don't think I'll bother going into that one. Now, of course, I'm sort of generally heading towards the hospital and the tents, which might not be there. That's where I'm going, over there. So, under those chimneys, ordinarily there are some medical tents. I have a sneaking suspicion they're not going to be there, or if they are, they're going to be different. And of course I could be missing things and places that would have interesting stuff in. Do we have to jump, vault? And more to the point, can I get it right? Yeah, I can get it right this time. Won't get it right this time, because I'm a muppet. Yeah, see, I just vaulted over that one. So, to the back of the hospital. In we go. Again, no tent, no... couple of items. We've got a nice big blood pack. Sorry, backpack. There, get my words out. Clothes bag. I think we can drop the civilian clothing. Anyone a clen? No. That's the answer to that one. And we can scoot around here, and as I say, I've got a sneaking suspicion that some of these things aren't going to be here. No, the tents aren't here. Look, those big tents, not here. In fact, God, not even the military tents are here. Oh, bugger. I had somewhat come to expect certain things when playing DayZ. And military tents in this location was one of them. They're not here. That's a bit of a bugger. I suppose it means I've got to keep my eyes peeled, doesn't it? Keep my eyes peeled for other things. In odd places. Oh well. We shall continue. We shall continue with our ongoing runabout. Do I go along... Bugger it, you're going to run through that building. Bye-bye, Mr. Z. Run along to that wholesaler. But I wonder what the transaction cash is. Do you have to sell stuff you're carrying? Should I be picking up lots and lots of stuff for sale? Wait, cross. Bye-bye, Mr. Z. Yeah, should I be picking up lots of stuff because I want to trade? Dunno. No idea, bloomin' all. Mind you, it's a long old run to Electro, isn't it? From here. Another cow drink, I'll have ye. So, I'm not going back to that one. In we go, and we'll put a little tag on wholesaler. .3 clicks. Bloomin' heck. Off we go. Talk to you in a bit. Okay, I thought I'd record this bit. Going to run in on the factory to see if there's anything unusual. Did have a Z behind me, but doesn't appear to be there now. So yeah, just basically to find out whether this is unusual. Is there any changes here? Because we have seen subtle changes elsewhere. So it's a case of finding out if there are any changes in this one as well. Apart from a lack of loot, no, is the answer. Of course, no burning barrel. A tyre. Another toolbox, but I've already picked one of those up. Right, let's go up to the next level. Always be careful around. Firstly, always look behind stairs. Always be careful around stairs. Ah, now, water bottles, probably quite useful. Given, so far, the lack of... not lack, but the scarcity of... hang on, move over, thank you. Of liquid, or fluids. I'm sort of going to pick them up. Ooh, what are you? Nah, don't need that. Still no sign of action. Normally in DayZ, the South Coast cities are pretty much where a lot of people play. There's me saying there aren't many drinks around. I find another couple of cans. I've just noticed how I'm carrying weight. That's not something I was familiar with. My weight's going up because I'm carrying stuff. Yes, I was saying most of the action in DayZ happens on the South Coast and South Coast cities. If you're going to run into anyone, it's pretty much guaranteed that you're going to run into them when you are in Cherno or Electro. Pretty desolate. I mean, there's a reasonable number of people on the server, but see how easy it'd be to fall off there. Ruin your whole bloody day, that would. So, I wonder what the difference is with this business of weight. Am I limited how far I can run? Not sure. Ooh, someone's put a barbed wire. I dislike barbed wire. But there you go. Just because I don't like something doesn't mean it's going to be taken out. Watch your step. Line yourself up. Do not step over the edge. Right, back on course. Where was it we were going? 3 old... Get some gold, etc. There's currency in this? I may have to be forced to actually ask someone how to... Good. You know, some games do have some variants or things. Well, that view distance is quite long, isn't it? Yeah, some do have gold and currency. But you sort of expect that to be shown. What's that over there? Oh, it's a wrecked car, which is strange because there haven't been many wrecks. So anyway, we'll leave it there for a bit because you don't want to watch me run all this distance. Okay, stop recording too soon. This wreck is actually a spawn point. It's got a military Z on it. Don't appear to be anything in it, but there's definitely spawn by it, which is not something I'm familiar with. There you go. Another wreck. don't think that's a spawn point though. Has got this bloke on it though. Is it just me or is he getting bloody close? I might have to sort him out. Do you think it's because my rucksack's heavy? Could be. Odd. Very odd. Got one there. No, it's just the one so far. Shall I slot him? Wait. Gut zombie? I'm not entirely sure I want to gut a zombie. Okay. No, I'm definitely not dropping all that shit. I've successfully gutted a zombie. Why would anyone want to gut a zombie? Zombie parts. That's chuffing gross. Ugh. Don't like that. That's got to like increase your possibility of infection or something. That's pretty vile actually, the idea of gutting zombies. Blah. Not that disgusting though.
Have a nice day.
Just seen a friendly guy running. Friendly, friendly, friendly. I'll try and get rid of some of these Zeds off you. Friendly, friendly, friendly.
Right.
Keep running, keep running. Double back so the zombies come my way. Hang on. I'm shooting zombies. Oh, good luck with that one. He's miles away. Got rid of a couple of zombies off his backside. He's picked up even more. Oh well. Oh, hang on. Wrong one. Well, he's going that way, I'm going this way. Couple of dead zombies. Still got a caps lock on. I could have given him blood. He wasn't actually in a position to shoot me now, was he? Grim death. Yeah, grim death needs blood. Always the problem when you're running into people, you don't know... Well, as I say, the last of the Spectre guy, he's only just coming off the beach. Grim death needs blood, but I've absolutely no idea where the heck he is. And I'm not exactly well enough equipped to start running right around the map to go and help people. If I run into him, what's that down there? No, it's a bush. Talks in a bit. Okay, we are a couple of 100 metres from that thing on the map that said Wholesaler. I have noticed that there's a large ship in the harbour, which is odd, to say the least. See if I can get rid of this guy on my chuff. Yeah, ship. I've not seen a ship like that in this one before. So let's see if we can't get rid of this Z first before we go in to see this Wholesaler. Where's the Z? There he is. Oh, Mr. Z. Oh no, he's gone. Sod him. So, where's this Wholesaler? Don't see anything. How are you supposed to know what's going on? Is it this? No scroll wheel action. Oh, God, Bennett. Didn't attract his attention. Let's quickly look at the map. Yeah. Isn't it weird? It says Wholesaler on the map, but I have no... there's nothing here to interact with. No scroll wheel. I have to ask. Looks like Spectre needs some help. There's metals. Oh well. I don't know how to interact with it. Maybe because I don't have the items, you can't. Very strange. Nice big ship though. It's nice to see the container ships and things like that. But let's have a little run in on Electro, see what we can find. Because so far it does feel an awful lot like regular DayZ, I suppose, because I'm not sure what to do or how to do those things. Bugger all in here. Okay, that's not entirely true. So it's just a case of playing through till I can find something that's really very different. Because so far, I haven't found anything really very different. Ooh, I've just been tapped. Where'd I get tapped from? You little bugger. This is definitely an infected area. I don't know if my weight is affecting my run speed. or if yeah, this highly infected area I want to kind of get away from a little bit. Oil can, a jerry can. Lots of Zeds. Let's get away from all these Zeds. This is not a part of town I actually go through very often. Definitely a lot of Zeds around here. Come on. Let me through, you little buggers. But again, I suppose I'm going to have to go through areas I don't normally go through to see if there's anything unusual, you know. Heading towards areas that I think are going to have things doesn't mean they're actually going to have them, because enough bits on the map have changed. So far, there doesn't appear these guys are catching up with me quite quickly. As I say, I'm not sure whether or not I'm running slowly or not. Do a little run through on the railway station. Does seem to be very close, doesn't he? There's a few items in here. First and only thing that I think... What is it? What is it? What is it? Bloody watch. You made me get... I have a love-hate relationship with watches. Looks like those two guys are getting together. I'm still got a chuffing zombie up my chuff. Always looking this way. I found so many good things in that. Just lose some of these Zeds. Oh god, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna mess this up. No, I didn't. Thank God for that. I nearly always mess up that roll of dope. Let's go into the church, see if we can see anything in here. Wasn't much in the last church. Oh, there's a Makarov. Makarov ammo. Painkillers. Actually, how am I doing for painkillers? Yeah, I've got painkillers. Matches, I've got matches. Ooh, another outfit. What are you this time? Pink female. Okie dokie then. Oh no! Spectre Dash was killed. Maybe I should have gone to help him. I feel guilty now that I didn't go to help him. Not that guilty, to be honest. So what have we got around here? Quick run through on the pub. Then the school. Bom, 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 bom. More rucksacks, more odds and sods in and around the bar. The Enfield. More of those. Let's nip upstairs. Wait. Oh, come on. Turning too quickly. One of the things you really learn to... Oh, compass. I'll have you. One of the things I really, really, really love about Armour 3 are the improvements to the movement. Movement animation and the fluidity of movement is really good, where this is just like Armour 2 and it's very clunky. Another map. Another outfit. A rocker outfit. Oh, that's what I'm wearing. Ammunition. ammunition. Bet you're a watch. Yeah, blooming watch. So that's that pretty well, all I want from it cleared out. Bye! Again, instead of running in through the nearest door, do a complicated route to confuse the Zeds. And in we go. Ooh, food and something. And something. Look, another watch. What a surprise. I'm eating a little more than I would normally do because I've been tapped and I'm not sure whether or not my blood level is a little low. Yeah, basically building the blood up. Crossbow. Sounds like there's a lots of Z activity around here, more than I would have created. It's definitely watch day, look. Zeds do sound quite close and quite nice survival ACU. Strangely, I'm actually finding more loot here than I was on regular DayZ. I find one of the annoying things about regular DayZ at the moment is the lack of loot. Oh, hello. That was foolish. Come on. Yeah, the way the animation has you jumping down. Don't need any of that. So I'll see if I can help them out. Right, let's go to the hospital. Let's go help this guy out. Grim Death, great name. Firstly, let's check to see that I have a blood bag in my front pouch, which I do not. Boom, hang on, like that. Lower weapon. Stuff, you see. They definitely want you to have a fancy outfit. There's a tent there as well. see where this guy is. Let's go to local chat. Let's hope he doesn't shoot me. I'm here, mate. Don't shoot, don't shoot, don't shoot. Blood bag. Tag is friendly. Don't know what that is. There you go, mate. Oh well. I'm going to waste a bit of ammo. Might as well. Right, I'm out of here. Talk to you later, mate. Have fun. Simply done, eh? Well, this tag is friendly was interesting. Not seen that before. Not quite sure what that means. What? An interesting idea, but I have absolutely no idea how it's implemented. Now let's see what all these are. Business suit. Yeah. So what have we got here? Gear. Ghillie suit. Ooh. So there seems to be a lot extra in this. It seems that at a very basic level, it's a good, clean DayZ experience with a decent amount of loot, whereas the main game seems to have lost its loot. You know, its loot tables seem to be quite low, and you know, I find that somewhat disappointing playing regular DayZ, that the loot tables have been reduced to such an extent that it's no longer as much fun to play. So having decent loot tables again is much more interesting. At the very least you get to, you know, one of the cornerstones of the pleasures of playing DayZ is looting. Yeah? So what have we got here? I'll pick up the soda can. I won't bother with the DMR. But yeah, it's one of the things I found somewhat annoying with at least my regular DayZ server, that there seems to be a lot less loot around, and the simple act of wandering around and picking stuff up and finding stuff, you see, never going to pass standard SD rounds. So it's nice to see a good amount of ammunition and loot and weapons around, you know? Burn through a bit of that. Wait, let me down the stairs. Thank you. So this is only a first impressions video. I'm not going through all the entire feature set. I don't know the entire feature set. But there appears to be enough curiosities and interesting bits and bobs to keep you going. At the very least there is the basic DayZ experience, which appears to be quite strong. Plus all the extra bits and bobs of trading, which I don't pretend to understand yet. The idea of having resources. The idea that some places have lots of Zeds and some don't. Interesting. Very interesting. That a lot of the... I see, now, from my limited experience, that should actually be a spawn point. That vehicle there. Let's go over and have a look. Because the last one of these I saw had a zombie and had spawn. Not much, but some. Yeah, there's the associated military Z. Here's the dead Humvee. Don't see any spawn around it, but no way of interacting with it. Oh well, and I think we'll wrap up the video at this point, because for first impressions are pretty good. It's a solid DayZ experience without too many changes. So just coming on to play Epoch, DayZ Epoch, and expect a good solid DayZ experience, yeah, no problem. It does all of that. There are some extra features that quite a lot of extra features that I truly do not understand. I do not understand this business. When I was near that bloke, I could tag him as a friendly. Don't know what that means. Not like he appears on the map for me. Units. You know, we're not grouped together. But you have these places on the map. Airplane dealer. Wholesaler, 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 boat dealer. And then we've got trader. Yeah. Not sure what those mean, but it is extra features in the game. I understand there might be even some building in there, which is something that's been in other variants of DayZ. So, yeah, what do I think of as a first impressions? Very positive. And yeah, very positive first impressions. I don't fully understand what all the extras are. I'm sure with time you would learn them, and that of course would be part of the fun of playing this, that you would learn what these new features are and how they work and how they affect the gameplay. But as a solid DayZ experience, not bad. Not bad at all. What is that over? Oh, I haven't picked up any binoculars, have I? And I don't have any ranged sights. No, it's just normal cam. So, yeah, wrapping the video up there. Thank you very much for watching. Have a go at DayZ Epoch. It does appear to be different enough to make people play, don't know, but lots of fun so far. Met some friendly people on the server, which is entertaining and always is good. And I will see you, ladies and gentlemen, later. Bye-bye.